But the website, so it's really funny because I didn't have. This is our bean today. It is Mexican Chiapas. We have had one of these before. It rated very well. Obviously not from this. Obviously not from this roaster. So I almost didn't do it, but then I'm like, it rated really high. So, and then I looked up. The beans in that picture look like brownies. I mean, I'd be for that. The taste notes for the other Mexican Chiapas was chocolate toffee, caramel, and no chocolate fudge, caramel, and I forget what the other thing. But no, I and then when I was making the coffee, I just realized it said to reorder and it gave a website. Went to the website, doesn't exist anymore. So we're going in this blind. We'll see. We'll see how well of a how well of a coffee connoisseur your boy is today. Um, but that is your coffee, Mexican Chiapas. Um, good. Like I said, the last Mexican Chiapas I did was a 10. So, I mean, fingers crossed if it has similar flavor notes, there's a good chance that it might be. Um, cherry chip flavor, cake flavored coffee. I'm sure there's one somewhere. Throttle. They've got all sorts of. The fact that they had a cheese flavored coffee, really surprised the hell out of me. But we are looking on the rather darker side. Not like super dark, but I'd say at least a medium dark. Um, but the beans, surprisingly, and you'd love me, Bug. The only reason I did this one instead of the other one is because this is the last one that has beans. Those are your beans. There are a lot lighter ones in this, but you do have some very dark ones too. So I don't know. I'm assuming this is kind of a blend. Because if those light beans were Quakers, there's no way there would be that many of them in it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I am very much looking forward to this. No way I'm pulling you. Look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, hey, Pump, thank you for the hydrate, my dude. How you doing, Pump? You guys aren't following Haha Squirrel, you're supposed to check him out. Great guy, fantastic streamer, good friend of mine, loves his shooters. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. They talk about, I imagine, Grace of Horseshoe. Oh my! I've never seen Fanto, but I'm just saying, maybe I could see it. I could see it. But I the first time was a light roast. I know. Color me shocked, and this one's got some light beans in it. You never know. You never know. But like I said, the last one. Hold on, let me pull it up that way. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Roast rate. And this while I was sitting there waiting on it. Sorry, guys. Um, the first one was from Ramble Coffee. So for there talking about chocolate fudge toffee and vanilla. Oh, so I wasn't even close. So I'm expecting similar taste notes from this. But we'll see. But without further ado, I give to you. Sip. So the question, Grace, is when did you buy these? Was this the one that you bought on the cruise? It's a lot sweeter than I thought it would be. Um, the vanilla is really strong. It does have a very bold flavor. And the sweet and the bold, it's always really, really interesting. The chocolatiness is very prominent as well, which is also interesting. Chocolate and vanilla. The chocolate definitely comes. I'd say it definitely has the exact same flavor profile that the last one we had was. We tried to keep them kept well until we sent them. Oh, for sure, for sure. Very MSG, mommy. That's funny. Very fitting for another crab's treasure. Flavor notes, roasted nuts, milk chocolate, toasted almond, and a touch of sweet citrus or apple like brightness region. Mm. Thank you. Where did you find that, Grace? Can you send me that in Discord if you are available? Um, because yeah, the chocolate is very like light. I wouldn't say not like light as in like the flavors light, but like the chocolate sense. It almost reminds me of like drinking chocolate milk a little bit, like the chocolate side of it. So we're saying roasted nuts, toasted almonds. I mean, roasted nuts are toasted almonds, so I would be interested. The sweet citrus or apple like brightness, which would definitely make me feel like it's a blend. It's not just a dark roast because you are not going to be able to get uh, the citrusy notes out of a dark roast rather. We talk a lot of times, with your chocolate and your toffee and your nuts. Those are typically your dark roast coffees. People say it's friend. Yeah, no, I did see that. But we're doing drip, so yeah, cheers. And typically citruses, you're looking at. I'd actually probably say like a medium citrusy, because when your light roasts are typically your earthy, your floral flavor notes. Now that being said, the first coffee we had, I almost said Loops. Grace is now Loops is now Grace apparently, or is it the other way? Is Grace a Loops? You're just saying you're a good noodle, Grace. Obviously. Um. With that being said, the first coffee of Grace's that we tried was a light roast, but it didn't have. To be fair, it didn't have those floral or earthy undertones either. Um, I would definitely say the darker beans are carrying a lot of this flavor. Uh, just because I don't get a lot of citrus. It might be there like a little bit right before the chocolate hits, but it's not prominent enough to push through. It just gets overpowered, which isn't terribly bad. When you deal with flavor notes, like even if you can, like as long as you can pull it out from the tasting, I feel like it's prominent enough. You know what I mean? Um, it's not being it is being overpowered, but it's still strong enough to push through and get to your palate. It allows you to at least experience the sensation of having the um the flavor note. I don't necessarily feel any almond. Um, it's definitely got that dark roast like feel in the mouth when you take the pull. Um, you can feel like the I don't want to say like not like film, but you can feel the leftover of the darker roast. Because when you have darker roast, your beans are going to have more shells, which is then going to give a different kind of feel from my personal experience, opinion, stuff like that. Um I cannot. I don't get a lot of any kind of nut. The chocolate is just very overwhelming. I feel like it masks probably a lot of the other stuff. Um, I don't know if maybe the dark roast beans in there are potentially covering up. Um, or it might have been like cooked too long, which is always a possibility. Um, but because again, blends, and that could also not be another thing. When you have blends, you never know if you are going to get um you're gonna get the full chocolate. Yeah, well, but this is like a. I would be willing to agree with that sentiment for like a different kind of chocolatey feel. Um, like the darker the chocolate, I would wager would be more overwhelming. Typically, the lighter the chocolate in from coffees past um have been pretty moot, or not moot, but mute rather, muted and on the back end. Um, that being said, yeah, because the citrus is just like is there for like a split second, if that, right at the beginning, and then the chocolatey notes really overtake everything. I don't know if they're covering up the almond or the nuttiness. It could be interesting to see how this works as it cools down, um as it cooks down on the warmer or in the pot or whatever. Um, but it's still very nice. I mean, I am a sucker for chocolate. I mean, there's no peanut butter. The price was right. Um, I'm probably gonna end up giving this an 8, Grace. It's a really nice bold cup. The chocolate's fantastic, always will be. Um, but that's really about all it's got going for it. Roast 10 is the best I could ever achieve. You're pretty damn. That's pretty damn accurate. Oh well, the price is always right. 3 out of 10. 5 out of 7, perfect score. Uh, 8 is still good. Oh, for sure. Anything above a 5 is good. Means that I'd rather drink it than I'd rather drink my Maxwell House, and I'm a sucker for my Maxwell. We do love it. It is fantastic. I was born and raised on that shit. Um, but yes, no, thank you so much, Grace, and of course, the biggest of shout outs to the traditional Grace. If you guys are not following Grace, do yourselves a favor, check her out. She's a lovely little lady, a fantastic streamer, a wonderful friend of mine, a good friend of the channels. Grace, I do appreciate you going out of your way. Think about me while you were on your vacation. And we have 2 more coffees left. I think we're gonna do the volcano one, the volcanic oil one next. Um, and we'll go with the espresso beans afterward. You're very welcome. I will take all the coffee, all the time. Never sleep. Right, right, right. That's not true. I was at work the one time and I got in there, even though wasn't a stream. I wasn't gonna let you go without me stopping in. But that is your roast rate for today. I hope you enjoyed. 8 out of 10. Grace, thank you again. And of course, back to the game, shall we?